Yeah. Glitch the guarantee. E&E. Put your boy shit. Glitch, nigga. Shit, I'm about to flood the streets like when the levees break. Criminal minds, my Garcia can navigate. Flowing while I'm blowing this gas. Nigga, no breaks. Niggas not seeing me ever. I mean, no dates. Fuck around and end up gone. You getting misplaced. E&E, the shit that I claim. You dealing with grace. Took over the game by storm like Rain's mixtape. Thankfully, I been up in smoke like my mixtape. Counting cheddar shit, I'm about to make a grilled cheese. Niggas be faker than bad bitches with good weeds. On my John Wick shit like Keanu Reeves. Replacements won't be enough, you need the whole team. I've been a G since I could finish my ABCs. Kept it a buck so real niggas look up to me. This butcher boy shit get crazy when it's sick of me. I'm coughing out these dope bars till they sick of me.
Can't get rid of me, still can't find a remedy. Still blowing palmers, if it comes to Hennessy. E&E, we own our shit independently. When I go out on a limb, I take extremities. I can see right through on transparency. Heard they self-esteem low, insecurities. Now or never, like glitch the guarantee. What's the recipe? King L's Reflection 3. All these chapters in my life, you can turn the page. Books can't tell you my story, gotta live a day. Glitch got my back, yeah, you can copy that. Man, we control the seat, you can copy that. Leave your whole state red like Republicans. Putting fire on the track, now it's bubbling. Put your boys E&E, you in trouble, kid. Add first 100 mil, you can double it.
Let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. Automatic nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Flow sick, corona, jealous in the motherfucker. Can't even take a step, that's how far I trust you. This black boy turned to shining king under pressure. West side fat jacks, I took more than measure. Shave the extras, that's business, starter fees. Street blues, what I talk, royal blood flowing free. Power on my mind, no the gang is kind. Read between the lines, it was in my eye. If they ain't got real lines, it ain't hard to spot a counterfeit. Undefeated ultras, Rio, Fern, Gully Mountain shit. Couple hot shots, turning to frozen margaritas. Even better when it's served with some flawless features. Next year they gotta pay for these flawless features. Flawless victories from the flaws that they teach us. Now my flow imitate how I board the plane nonstop. The little J gon' take over with my time side.
Yeah, I get right to it. My nigga, we beg your pardon. We putting niggas back in boxes. Yeah, they be harder. My flow be retarded. Sick, I need hella help. My groove came back. This must be how Stella felt. We just started kicking it like a yellow belt. We all made it to the pros. This is how LaMelo felt. You better yell out help. Here comes the double team. You catch me in the spot, then you know that the boy is clean. The Louis V look mean with the magazine. So if you try it, you get shot. No vaccine. If you was asleep before I came, then I'm the caffeine. I pull the jokers out the deck. Yeah, there ain't no laughing. In CEO fashion, we sticking to the business. Wouldn't even let a vegan knock me off my chicken. Something about the BBS when the sun is hitting. Should be flashing like the lights when you getting
Let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Birthday of motherfucking day. We here tonight. You already know what it is, man. Smash that like button, click the bell, subscribe to the page, of course, share on yourself in the air. It is. We're about to have this conversation tonight, man.
Yeah.
It's a serious conversation tonight, man.
Glitch the guarantee.
Ain't no game.
E&E.
Man, clicking the bell, subscribe to the page.
2020
Email,
got me
credit.
seeing so clear.
You heard about that? We're going to get to it, man.
Put your boy
I
shit.
like go clicking the bell, subscribe to the page.
Washing Glitch.
We're going to get straight to it, man.
We cool, nigga. This is the
Boogie
cool.
Major.
We on the rise now. Middle fingers in the sky now. Rollin' haze, so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down. And we listen in the top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come round. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E&E, throw it up shit.
And we stay ballin', like we sponsored by Spalding. Ball looking for the fall in, soldiers all fall in. And we go all in, while we listening to all in, while you all talking. We smoking and coughing, till we land in the coffin, glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office. Yeah, it is that bullshit. Kill him in vain is vanity. Yeah. Do it again, it's insanity. Nauseous a real vigilante. Killing these kids is plan B. Hood is too hot with an antifreeze. Blowing on leaves in these planet trees. Don't break the code, the family. We cutting off legs like amputees. My foot was classic, antique. Freaking the beat is it Japanese. Ever our cookers a masterpiece. When money talkers, we Guapanese. Fire and flame mixed with gasoline. Passing my sons, that's a legacy. Study the gang, now they testing me. They dropped the ball, man, that's incomplete. Beat them so bad, make them retreat. All of these gems you can retweet. Play with your boys on repeat. You pay the price with your receipt. Below $1 million, flipping it. Everyday noise get sickening. Trying to flip bills to trillions. Turning these good girls to villains. Lyrics is sick. Butcher with shit. E&E clip what we represent. Put it on wax like a candlestick. We moving units and measurements. Cooking it up in the lab. We just performing experiments. Since I'm the bomb atomic, these rappers out of my
We on the
element.
rise now, middle fingers in the sky now. Rollin' haze, so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down. And we listen in the top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come round. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E&E, throw it up shit.
And we stay ballin', like we sponsored by Spalding. Ball looking for the fall in, soldiers all fall in. And we go all in, while we listening to all in, while you all talking. We smoking and coughing, till we land in the coffin, glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office. Yeah, it is that bullshit.
Glitch, nigga. Perfected my flow. If I'm on the track, then you know it's a go. The guarantee, nigga, and I guarantee treat the gas like the Clippers. You know I'm a choke. Only exotic when blowing the smoke. No one ahead of me. I got the recipe. Do this shit easily. This is my destiny. Sick throwing lobs. I'm dunking on everything. Niggas is sick and I got the remedy. What I prescribe is extra artillery. Get in my zone and start going berserk. I'm feeling like Clay when he went off for 60. With the bullshit, swear to God you can miss me. Best friends with the money. Aaliyah and Missy. I come from the bottom. To try me is risky. Throwing this K like that bitch is a frisbee. Real talk. Let me lock in. Show these niggas what I do. Axe brain. I'll be standing next to players too. Front line shit, nigga, I'm the fucking truth. Top 6 ever of the 5 in my group. Niggas still bang top down in the coop. Butcher boyed up and we coming for the loot. E&E shit, we the best, yeah, it's true. This the guarantee, nigga, this is what I do.
Yeah. Y'all already know. I'm about to get straight to it. You dig? We here, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Share on your social engineering. You dig? It's a beautiful thing, man. What's good with everybody? You already know it's your brother Barricade, Stats with the Facts. And we here on this Thursday evening, beautiful evening in my city of Columbus, Ohio. 80-something, 82 degrees today, sunny, nice, beautiful, beautiful evening. You know what I mean? If I do say so myself. And this is a very important show tonight, right? Now, on the surface, some people might be tapping in and be like, you know, just creep or whatever, but I want y'all to know that this is a topic that doesn't really get a lot of attention. It's something, I'm not going to say it doesn't get talked about at all, but I'm going to say it doesn't get talked about much. It down there as if it doesn't get talked about as much as it's not talked about, right? It's not talked about way more than it is, and that is female predators, specifically sexual predators. I would dare say that there is just as, if not more, female sexual predators than there are male sexual predators. And I'm going to say that simply for the fact that there's more females, but I don't have any information to corroborate that because I didn't do my due diligence on that. That's not what the show's about. We ain't getting into numbers and specifics. We're talking about that this is something that is a thing. I mean, I don't know how many brothers I talked to when I was in the joint that I counseled who told me experiences of them being sexually violated by an older female. 9 times out of 10, majority of the time it was a female who they knew was a friend to the family or an actual family member, which I think is very sad. Because when I think about my personal experience with this, I'm thinking like, damn, it's quite the norm. And it's kind of, I mean, when I say it's the norm, I'm not saying that like I'm proud of that or I'm happy about that. I'm not, but talking to different brothers that I've had conversations with concerning this topic, you know, I'm left to surmise that it's a pretty prominent thing, but it don't get no attention. It don't get talked about or discussed because females, you know, women aren't looked at as being sexual predators or being purveyors of sexual violation. All right, but I'm here to tell y'all tonight from personal experience that females definitely sexually violate young boys all the time. It's a thing that actually happens, and it happens more often than what most people will be willing to admit or accept as being true. We get so much focus on women who are being sexually violated, and I'm not saying that it's a competition because we don't do the race to the bottom and victimhood over here. I'm just saying it's something that doesn't get any attention. It's a very prominent thing due to my personal experience and research in the so-called Black community. So that's one of the main reasons why we're having the show tonight. Not to mention, we have this story right here. How many of y'all have heard this story? It's very crazy if I do say so myself. Right? If I do say so myself, it's wild, man. Wow. Now, when I was a young boy, young mustache, you understand what I'm saying? When I was 16 years old myself, I messed with some chicks who was older than me. Right? I have messed with chicks who was older than me when I was at 16, and they knew I was 16, but I wasn't the average 16-year-old. I'm not saying that justifies anything because it doesn't. What I'm saying is the lifestyle I was living at 16 was not that of your typical average 16-year-old American. And due to the things that I was doing and me basically being roughly the same height and size I am right now, minus the facial hair, you know, I've pretty much been this size since I've been about 16, 17. But yeah, man, there are sexual predators out there. Yes, there are. Yes, females, Black females especially. And I'm not emphasizing on my sisters because I'm just like on some hating on my sister. No, I'm saying I'm just, you know, I'm Black. I don't care what other women do, so I'm not going to speak on what they do. It don't matter to me what other groups of women do. It don't affect me. So if anybody asks me that question, why? Because I care about my people. I care about Black. I don't care what other groups of women. Why don't you speak on? Because I don't care what white women do. I don't give a damn what white women do. Doesn't even cross my mind. I don't even engage with white women unless it's business or I work with them. I don't hang out with white chicks. I don't care what they do. They just as slutty as anybody else. Some of them who choose to live that way, right? But this chick right here, a 33-year-old woman was sentenced to 25 years for unaliving her 16-year-old boyfriend. 16 years. Now, I remember when I was 16, I had met this fine-ass chick at the market at the corner store. And I know she knew I was young. There's no way she did not know that I was young. Don't get me wrong, I was tall when I was a young boy, but I mean, I didn't have no facial hair. I was a young boy who looked 16. I didn't look older than 16. I didn't have a beard. I wasn't like extra buff. I didn't have no tattoos. I looked like a 16-year-old. I know I did. But up here, and like these pockets at 16, I was doing some other shit. Because when I had met her at the store, I was in the midst of hitting some stings and shit. When I hollered at, I ain't gonna lie, I shot my shot at her. But when she told me how old she was, that's when I knew she knew I was too young for her. But she still went anyway. She was feeling the swag. She was feeling me, and she went. So I don't know if there's like a mental issue going on here, maybe an emotional issue, maybe a mixture of the two with these chicks. It's some type of misconnection going on there. You know? Because ain't no way in hell a 33-year-old woman messing with a 16-year-old in a sexual way, old enough to be this little boy mama. Damn near. Right? Y'all heard about this? Crazy, right? This is wild, man. When I heard this story, I said, yeah, I'm going to talk about this, man, because I don't think people realize how much of a thing this is, man. And this is a thing, man. Well, let me just see if I do, because, you know, YouTube, maybe real. Let me find the story real quick. Let me just do this. Let me just do this, man, because it's just sometimes it's simpler to just go to the Googler. Sometimes. This is wild, man. This is crazy, man. This is crazy, man. Absolutely insane.
What if recording high quality content, editing like a pro, and streaming like a star was as simple as...
Send me this story. And also, keep these stories coming. And as you all may know, today is what? Yes, today is Thursday. And this story...
Let me see something real quick, man. This is wild, y'all, man. Trying to find some video on this shit, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. This is wild, man. Y'all ain't heard about this? Is this it? Y'all heard about this, man?
2 teens are charged in connection to the shooting death of 16-year-old Envy Reinhardt. Last month, he was shot.
It's going down in Colorado, man. Going down in Colorado, Jack. Oh, fuck, we gotta watch this video.
Ain't coming up especially handy, who was arrested for murdering, yes, her 16-year-old boyfriend, Abraham YOHANNES. And you all heard me correctly, 16 years old. So you got to ask yourself right at the start of this video, what in the hell is a grown woman, a full-grown woman, doing messing around with a minor? Now, no.
That's something you definitely got to ask yourself. Shout out to this brother right here, man. Shout out to Trey King, man. You know what I'm saying? I think my brother coming up out of that H-time. You feel me? Hold on real quick, y'all. Yeah, my fault. Yeah, man. Shout out to the homie Trey King, man. And that's the first thing you gotta ask yourself, man. What in the world is a 32, 33-year-old grown-ass woman doing involved in engaging with a little 16-year-old boy like this for in a sexual romantic relationship? Why? Hold it up to be this little boy mama. Let me find out a 33-year-old grown-ass woman that's trying to mess with my 16-year-old son. I'm pressing all type of charges, man. Smash that like button. Let's go, man. Shout out to Trey, Trey King, man. Let's go.
Some of you all are going to ask yourself right now or going to say in the comment section. So before you all say that, you might say also, Trey, well, the age of consent is 16. No, it's not. Because as you all can see, I already did my research like we always do over here. And coming to find out, the age of consent is 17 years old. So once again, what is a grown-ass woman doing messing around with a minor? Number one, let's just get that straight. Because as usual, I already know we're going to have all kinds of excuses flying in the comment section, and that's fine. But at the same time, once again, the age of consent is 17, not 16. Now, this story is really troubling, but it's going to show you how low down and how deceitful some people can be. But like I tell you all the time, what you do in the dark will come to the light one day. So make sure that you are living upright and doing things the right way behind closed doors, because sooner or later, guess what? You may get exposed. Now, all of this went down on September the 15th around 11:08 p.m., where Abraham YOHANNES was seen on video going inside of ASHLYE Handy's apartment at 1425 Yosemite Street in Denver, Colorado. Now, you automatically should think to yourself, but
damn.
Every last major city in America has these shot spotters. And the way that you can spot them, it look like cameras and also little microphones. Look, listen.
Let me see if I want to find an actual news clip. That's what I want to find. I know this ain't the only video on there here about it, man. Let me see if I can go on my phone. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. It's going down in Colorado, man. It's all type of crazy shit going on in Colorado, man. Shit. I guess we gotta listen to Trey King's joint, man.
Let me guess. You're thinking about going to therapy. And as a therapist myself, of course I'm going to say that's a great idea.
Regarding gunshots, they have these shot spotters set up in all major cities. They're straight. Because as usual, I already know we're going to have all kinds of excuses flying in the comment section, and that's fine. But at the same time, once again, the age of consent is 17, not 16. Now, this story is really troubling, but it's going to show you how low down and how deceitful some people can be. But like I tell you all the time, what you do in the dark will come to the light one day.
Right.
So make sure that you are living upright and doing things the right way behind closed doors, because sooner or later, guess what? You may get exposed. Now, all of this went down on September the 15th around 11:08 p.m., where Abraham YOHANNES was seen on video going inside of ASHLYE Handy's apartment at 1425 Yosemite Street in Denver, Colorado. Now, you automatically should think to yourself, what is a minor doing going to this woman's apartment at 11-something at night? You already know what for. But moments later, a gunshot went off. And the reason why we know the gunshot went off, as you all can see, is because they have a certain device called a shot spotter. And as I told you all in previous videos I have done regarding gunshots, they have these shot spotters set up in all major cities and also some smaller cities. But every last major city in America has these shot spotters. And the way that you can spot them, it look like cameras and also little microphones, little listening devices on your power lines. So that's how the police.
Right. right? We got these all over my city in Columbus, Ohio. I don't know about y'all city, wherever y'all might be from, wherever y'all living, but we got these spotter things all over the city, specifically in what we call urban areas, right? Right? And one of these so-called spotter cameras picked up this activity between this chick and this boy. Crazy stuff, man. Wild stuff. Los Angeles, too. I'm pretty sure in a city like Los Angeles, they got them everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised at that at all. Let's go. Shout out to the homie Trey King up out of that H-Time, man.
Why we know the gunshot went off, as you all can see, is because they have a certain device called a shot spotter. And as I told you all in previous videos I have done regarding gunshots, they have these shot spotters set up in all major cities and also some smaller cities. But every last major city in America has these shot spotters. And the way that you can spot them, it look like cameras and also little microphones, little listening devices on your power lines. So that's how the police was able to detect the time of the shooting. Because whenever these shot spotters detect a gunshot, guess what it does? It automatically sends a notification to the police department and it's time stamped. So once again, that's how we know that this shooting took place at 11:08 because the shot spotter time stamped it. Now, shortly after that, 4 minutes after that, around 11:12, it was seen on camera because they had cameras right across the street from this apartment complex. Now,
So the camera from across the street got all of this on camera. Yellow D, what's happening with you, cuzzo? Stay tapped in. We're going to open up this panel at the hour mark because I want some of y'all brothers to come up here. And if you feel at liberty, if you have the courage, the testicular fortitude to share your experiences, I'll share mine. Right? This is the reason why a lot of us brothers have sexual deviant issues to this day because we was violated by an older chick when we was a young boy. Right? And this is something that is virtually undiscussed, specifically in the so-called Black community. It's unheard of as far as something being discussed. Now, we hear about freaky-ass Uncle Junebug. We hearing about Mr. So-and-so and Pastor so-and-so. But we ain't hearing about Auntie. We ain't hearing about Miss Josephine. We don't hear about the suspect-ass babysitters and shit. We don't hear them stories. Oh, they're there, though. My man, Holy 123 ZXC, what's good? Been knowing about these cameras that notify police when gunshots go off. That wasn't a smart situation anyway. Yeah, it wasn't, man. They everywhere, man. They're literally everywhere, all over the country, damn near in every state. Especially in the major populated cities. They're there. Whether you've seen it or not is irrelevant. They are there. Right? They are absolutely there. They absolutely are. My Lord. Let's go.
camera seen Ashley Handy walking outside of the apartment carrying a black and silver gun, getting into a what? Yes, a silver Chevrolet Impala. And as you all see the screenshot, or if this is a different car, it looked like she still had the same damn car. So Ashley Handy did not go report anything to the police. She did not notify Abraham YOHANNES' parents. So I know you all are asking yourself right now, well, Trey, how was the body discovered? The body was discovered in the most weirdest way. But thank God that Abraham YOHANNES had a friend who had his back. Now, roughly around 3-something that morning, a screenshot went up on Facebook because, as usual, people always take to Facebook for every damn thing. Now, you may be thinking to yourself also, well, who made a post to Facebook? It was Ashley Handy's brother who put up a caption on Facebook. And that's how the friend was notified, because somebody took a screenshot of the notification. And as you all can see, it read, "I love you, thug, rest up." So I guess they called the 16-year-old boy, Abraham Yohannes, thug. Now, what kind of mess is that? And that's her brother who made that post. So after the friend seen that screenshot that was sent to him, he went over to the apartment complex where Abraham Yohannes was and found Abraham Yohannes laying dead with blood coming out of his head. Ashley Handy shot this young boy in the head and left. Now, she didn't go turn herself in until 30 days later, after the police department issued a wanted poster for her and also a reward for her capture. So for anybody trying to say that this woman turned herself in willingly, no, she didn't. She was forced to because the police put out a bounty on her. So basically, she was on the run. Now, you would think also that after she had been exposed for, number one, shooting this young boy and also being a child predator, she would go sit her ass down.
Oh,
but as you all can tell, looking at this Facebook shot, she stayed busy the whole damn time. Now,
see, listen, man, look at these chicks. Sexual deviancy is rampant amongst Black women. It's just something that don't get talked about. I talked to lots of brothers, literally hundreds, over a span of about 18 months to 2 years. And the stories I heard from our brethren, ranging from ages 19 to 50 and 60 years old, man. These brothers giving me their accounts of how they were sexually violated by family members, aunties, aunts, aunties, mothers, friends of the family, sisters. Crazy stuff, man. You know, and it stems from somewhere. And I think it's high time we start having these conversations because we absolutely have an issue here with this. This is a thing. Whether you want to admit it or not is irrelevant. It's a thing. Right? And I think we need to address this and have a conversation about this because there's a lot of female predators out there and they've gotten away with being a female predator because it's associated with sex, and men being the younger they are, having sex as young as they can is a flex. It's, you know, whatever. So in your royal oats, as King Joffrey told Hakeem in the original Coming to America, right? Let's go, man. Shout out to the homie King Trey, man. You did, or Trey King, man. Go subscribe to the homie, man. I like his content. He one of my homies up out of that H-Town. You know what I'm saying? You know the H-Town. I fuck with the H-Town real heavy. Smash that like button, click on Facebook.
The reason why I said that was just to show you the nerve of some people. Number one, you're messing with a child, a minor that is. And then to top it all off, you go as so far as to murder this young boy. And then you got the nerve to still want to dance around and prance around on Facebook, cussing people out. And shame on everybody over there that was entertaining Ashley. Because one thing I do know, if there was your child that got murdered by this woman, you would not be over there kikiing and laughing it up and bigging her up in the comment section. And it's only a few people who was calling her out. But you also had a few people, a few idiots trying to defend this woman. How can you defend a child predator? And also the child predator goes so far as to murder the child, the minor that they're dealing with. How can you defend that? How can you stand with that? So to all those people that was over there on Ashley's Facebook page, bigging her up, leaving them comments talking about free my girl and laughing and playing with her, guess what? That means you all are in agreement with what she done. Like she did not do anything wrong. But lo and behold, guess what? You got to pay one day. So I guess Ashley was living her best life while she can. But lo and behold, January 14th rolled around where Ashley had a court date for her trial. And she was found guilty of murdering Abraham Yohannes. Now, she wasn't sentenced until April the 3rd. And that's the reason why we have this update. She was sentenced to 25 years in the state prison for murdering 16-year-old Abraham Yohannes.
Crazy.
So after hearing that information, I want to ask you all a simple question. Do you think 25 years is warranted? Do you think 25 years is enough time for this woman to realize what she done wrong? Or should Ashley Handy have received more time? Me personally, I think that she should have received more time, at least 25 to life, because 25 years is not enough for a child predator to be sentenced. And then also that child predator go as so far as to murdering the minor that they're dealing with. So what I'm saying is this, family, we're not going to be much longer. How in the hell is 25 years long enough for a person who has been convicted of doing this to a minor? Think about that. But at the same time, back to the brother. The brother went to Facebook and left the post, as I told y'all earlier in the video. And once again, family, what that post read that the brother posted on Facebook, I love you, thug. Rest up. But not one time did Ashley Handed brother reach out to Abraham Yohannes' family, and not one time did he reach out to the police.
And I just think that that's all strange, right? Whenever, and I just can't take stuff serious, man. When people sit here and get involved in situations like this, and they run straight to Facebook, straight to social media, they do not call the police. It's suspect. Mr. Oh, what's happening, Joe? Dope ass video you made earlier, bro. I watched that shit, bro. That was dope. It was fire, man. You know, I was thinking that too. Holy 1, 2, 3. I was thinking that too myself, man. You know, but then I think about who this chick is. She ain't connected to nobody. She's just a regular ratchet broad. So this is just deviant sexual behavior being purveyed by a chick into a young boy, right? That's all. That's just my opinion, though. Nah, you know what I mean? You already know, Joe. I support my own, brother. Smash that like button, click the bell, subscribe to the page. Let's go, man. We're about to drop the link here in a minute, too. I want y'all brothers and sisters to come up and spit your game, talk your ish. Let's go.
To notify the police of a dead body being inside of this apartment. The Ashley Handed brother had the nerve to put a post on Facebook saying, I love you. Rest up, thug. If you really love this young boy like you said you did and professed on Facebook, number one, you would have contacted his parents. You would have contacted the police department. Not saying necessarily that you're snitching on your sister, but guess what, though? It's a dead body inside of the apartment. So sooner or later, guess what they're going to do? They're going to connect the dots and find out it was your sister. But how dare you, sir, run to Facebook and leave a post up instead of notifying Abraham Yohannes' family? But it's a good thing that whoever seen that screenshot that you put on Facebook notify Abraham Yohannes' friend, because guess what? We might not would have had a story. But at the same time, Ashley Handed has been sentenced to 25 years in the Colorado Department of Corrections. So in closing, once again, do you think 25 years is long enough for a child predator to be sentenced? And also, the child predator goes so far as to murder the minor they are dealing with. How in the hell do you get 25 years? It seems to me that people will get more time for drugs in this country than for taking somebody's life. And shame, once again, on everybody for sitting over there entertaining this woman, knowing what this woman have done. Anyway.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Trey King, man. You already know, man. Shout out to the homie Trey King up out of that H-Time, man. You did. Yeah, man, this situation is terrible, man. You know, and we ain't going to act like it's not. We ain't going to shy away from it. We ain't going to sit up here and make it seem like it's something that is not, right? And I could sit up here and I mean, there's been plenty of cases of chicks messing with young boys, man. You hear me? I mean, you could literally go to Google or YouTube, right? And type in women in relationships with underage males. And you just get a plethora of stuff, right? Well, hold on, let me type this in. Right? Man, listen, man, this is, man, stories for days, man. Like, did y'all even hear about this? Let's put it up on the screen for y'all. Did y'all hear about this?
A New Jersey elementary school teacher is accused of sexually abusing a student for years and having his baby, despite him being a child himself. And get this shocking case came to light after the alleged victim's father noticed an uncanny resemblance between the teacher's baby and his own son. Now, the teacher is facing serious charges as disturbing details emerge from their alleged relationship. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
Fair you. Shout out to Jesse
Everybody, this is
Weber,
a
man.
Law and
He can go
Crime
content,
legal
man.
alert. Did you know that children are being diagnosed with serious conditions like type 2 diabetes and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease? And the research is potentially forthepeople.com/food to learn more. 34-year-old Laura Karen was a fifth grade teacher at middle
34-year-old teacher involved in. Let's listen to this, man. This is crazy.
Township Elementary School out in New Jersey when she was arrested last week for child sex crimes. Prosecutors say she raped a student from 2016 to 2020, starting when he was just 11 years old. But here's where the case takes an even more disgusting and disturbing turn, because in 2019, when the victim was 13, Karen allegedly gave birth to his child. She was 28 at the time. So how did authorities uncover this? How'd they find?
Right. I mean, there's plenty more stories. We can keep going. This is not an isolated thing. Right.
It's a rainy night in Connecticut, and this 40-year-old guy thinks he's going to cuddle in bed with a 13-year-old girl named.
Right.
Welcome back to Papa John's. The finer things in life, like or.
Right. We just got story upon story of these chicks. Man, this is wild, man. Right? This is crazy. You feel me? But let's get back to Ashley, though. I just wanted to show y'all that to show that it's not an isolated situation. This is a thing, right? But we black, so we talking about us, right? I just wanted to show y'all that to show y'all that it's on the other side as well. And I'm not just sitting here making the point like it's just our women that are, it's not just black women, it's females in general. Creeps. I'm telling you, man, when I was in a joint and I had these conversations with white guys, black guys, Native American guys, Asian guys, all type of African brothers, man, got stories of them being sexually violated by females, man. We put so much focus on protecting our daughters and the young ladies from sexual predators while we totally ignore that there are way more female sexual predators than there are male sexual predators, especially in our community. I'm going to tell you, simply because of the numbers. Whenever you hear young brothers talking or any guys talking and they have a conversation along the lines of when they first started having sex, and they start saying stuff like, I first started getting pussy when I was 8. Nigga. I first had some pussy when I was 9. Nigga. I got my dick sucked when I was 9. Like, what? Like, what? You got what? Now, what you got was sexually violated and molested. That's what happened to you. We sit here, as men, we get older and we start recollecting these experiences. We start to, sugarcoat it as if it was like something cool, as if it was something we was with, as if it was something consensual. And it absolutely was not. At all. Right? My man Holy 123 said there's something in their brain that makes them think they're attractive and aren't attracted to their age because of trauma in school. The memory doesn't just get erased. Yeah, that definitely plays a part for sure. All of this stuff stems from what happened in childhood, as I always tell y'all, right? Everything stems from childhood, man. We all are suffering to some degree of you know what I'm saying, childhood trauma. 35-year-old woman, man, messing with a 16-year-old, old enough to be this boy mama. Now, granted, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and this happened to me a few months ago. I was linking up actually with my homeboy who I literally just came from his crib. Me and him was out at East Market having some drinks, chopping it up like real ones do. And there was a chick at the bar. She was a little young chick, and she just looked extra young. So she tried to chat me up and stuff. And I'm just looking at asked her how old she was, and she said, "I'm 20." I said, "Hold on, you're not even old. Hold on, you 20? You're not even supposed to be in here. I'm cool, right?" It's just something that's just too young, man. That's just way too young. We're gonna talk about Shannon Sharp's freaky ass tomorrow, right? Yeah, that definitely will do it. That definitely do it. Holy 1, 2, 3. Listen here, man. Now I know we think messing with an older chick when we young boys is cool. You understand what I'm saying? But you gotta ask yourself right now, as a grown man, as that I am now, right? I couldn't fathom for the life of me why a grown ass woman, 30 years old, would want to mess with my young 16-year-old ass. Now, granted, I was tall. I mean, I was basically the same height I am now. Maybe like 6 feet. I wasn't as tall as I am now. I definitely didn't weigh nowhere near as much as I weigh now. I just couldn't imagine why a chick that old wouldn't even it has to be something going on up here mentally, emotionally as well, maybe even spiritually. Definitely spiritually. Because more than likely, if you're a sexual predator, sexual deviant, you probably have demons presiding over you and residing and abiding within you. Yes. And I talk about this all the time. The spirit of homosexuality, the spirit of molestation, the spirit of promiscuity, they all are in the same family. They're cousins of each other, if you would. Meaning that they can manifest through each other, right? And not as what they originally were in their original state. What I mean by that is you may have been violated sexually by a woman as a young boy. But due to the fact that the spirit of molestation, promiscuity, and homosexuality are all in the same bloodline, that may manifest in your adult life as a man and you are engaging in homosexual behavior and activity. Not necessarily promiscuity on the heterosexual side. You may be promiscuous and messing with boys. Same case in point for chicks. Now, most chicks who claim to be gay, homosexual, bi, whatever, butch, stud, whatever, I guarantee you, if you talk to them and have a conversation, you're going to come across some trauma, normally of a sexual nature, when they were younger. And that's if they got to a level in age where the psychological firewalls start breaking down and these memories start flooding your psyche again. Have any of y'all experienced that? I know I have. See, these traumatic experiences, and I talk about this all the time too, y'all, are these traumatic experiences that we experience throughout our life, and our brains are so advanced, along with our brains are so advanced. You hear me? This is why they've been mapping our brains out and shit, the unintelligent artificial intelligence I'm talking about. They're very fascinated about how the brain works, right? Right? Exactly, man. Listen, when you experience extreme trauma, Now, this could be physical, emotional, psychological, maybe a combination of the three. Your brain does a function that a lot of computers do. And what it does is it compartmentalizes that experience simply so you don't have to relive continuously the physical pain, emotional pain, psychological pain, spiritual pain over and over again. So what the brain does with its advanced technology it is designed, or should I say manipulated with, let me take away the divine design, let me take the manipulated design. I'm gonna say that, right? What it does is it compartmentalizes these traumatic experiences into what is known as alters or honeycombs. The brain honeycombs compartmentalizes these experiences into what is known as alters, ALTER, as in alternative, right? Alternative states of reality or perception, meaning that once the brain experiences a certain level of extreme trauma, it firewalls off psychologically, biologically, physiologically, the memory from your waking state of your brain. So you don't have to constantly repeat and relive and experience this traumatic experience. But see, what happens is, like any computer antivirus protection software, it wears down over time. So as you get older, in what we perceive as time, these psychological firewalls break down, just much like how the firewalls of a computer will over time, especially as operating systems upgrade. So that's just a brief lesson in neurophysiology right there, right? Terms you want to remember: compartmentalization, honeycombing, alter, or as in altered states of awareness, or alternative states or altered states of awareness and perception, right? And traumatic-based mind control, right? So 9 times out of 10, anybody who is exacting this type of behavior upon somebody more than likely experienced it themselves. It's just the demons have manifested in the repetitive cycle, and it's going from her to the next one. Dan Patrick, what's happening, man? Right? Now, this is a sad case for a lot of reasons, man. For one, this young brother is 16, man. And although you may think that these young boys be wittingly involved, willingly involved, and they want to be in these relationships, I'm not saying that any of that isn't true. What I'm saying is it's manipulated. It's a such thing as coercion. And a lot of these young boys be going through trauma. They got messed up situations at home. It's all type of crazy stuff going on. But the question y'all should be asking yourself is, what would have to partake in an adult, grown-ass woman's mind in order for her to engage in such activity and behavior? Now, let me ask this question right here. Y'all don't have to answer this, but this is just like a rhetorical question. How many of y'all chicks that sit up there and mess with a boy who was half your age? What my man Dan Patrick said. He said, nothing much, just chilling, birds. These old hoes out of control, man. They want control over young, tender meat. Yeah, that's what it is. Just like, but see, it don't work like that for y'all like how it worked for us. It makes sense for a man to want a younger woman, not a significantly younger woman like 35 and 16. Like, hell no. Let's be real here. Let's be real here. I'm talking about like half your age plus 7, right? And it don't work the same, man. It makes sense for a guy to get with a younger chick. She's younger. She's probably more fertile. She's probably not screwed by society yet. So her mind is still moldable and she's still teachable. She's not set in her ways. She ain't been through the gamut of plethora of trauma from dick to dick to dick to dick. Massive soul ties. Vast sexual experience with multiple dudes. Maybe some children by multiple guys. By the time chicks get our age, man, listen. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not saying all. Of course not all. But most. Overwhelmingly mass majority. So it would make sense. I say that as a practical thing, not to be, I'm not bashing or anything. I'm just keeping it real. It would make sense for me to get with a chick who is younger than me if I want to have kids and start a family. That would make sense for me to do. Now, I'm not talking about this much of an age gap now. Legally, of course. I said half your age plus 7. Keep that as a rule of thumb, brethren. If you want to mess with younger chicks, I don't see nothing wrong with that. But as long as you sticking to the half your age plus 7 years code, that's cool. Now, depending on how old you are, that might not work out in your favor. That might not work in your favor. Right? But I want y'all to keep in mind, man, that this is a thing in our community specifically and especially. You know? What was Ashley thinking? Being engaged in such a relationship with a young boy old enough to be his mother. And when things didn't work out in her favor, she offed him. Imagine being young Abraham's mother. Right? This is a sad story for real, man. I mean, it really is, man. Let me look up something for y'all real quick. This is crazy, man. Crazy work, man. I know I sent it to my DM. Did I send that to him? Hold on, let me see. Let me look a little further up. Yeah, though, man, y'all, man, this is a thing, man. Whether you want to accept it, admit it or not, is irrelevant, man. I'm talking about I could sit up here and think of massive guys I know. It do. It's wild, man. You know? 35 years old. When I was 16, I was a young dumbass, man. When I think about how I was when I was 16, I can't fathom why a chick old enough to be my mother would be interested in me sexually. Unless she's a creep. And when I was 16, goddamn it, y'all, I looked 16. Let me show y'all. All right. Let me give y'all confirmation of the information. I can show y'all what I looked like when I was 16. Young as hell. Show you what I looked like when I was 16. Oh, let me take this off this camera so y'all can see. This is what I looked like when I was 16. That's what I looked like when I was 16. And I was 16. My hairline was a lot more fuller. No mustache. No beard. I was tall, though. I wasn't quite tall as I am now. I was about 6 feet, though. 10th grade. Young boy. Young mustache. Looking sick every bit of 16. Right? Looking every bit of 16. You know, even this picture right here. Even this picture right here at the semi-formal. Suited and booted, fresh to death like how I always be, even to this day. I still was a young boy in that picture. I was absolutely 16 in this picture. It was at my high school semi-formal at the Adams Mark. It's called the Sheraton downtown now. Right? I mean, it's possible. I mean, I'm 43. I like to think I look my age, but I get mistaken for being younger all the time. All the time. Right? And that's because I take care of myself. I work out regularly. I drink my water. I try to eat as clean and as good as I possibly can. I stay active. So, you know, I can understand why some people think I look younger than what I am. And plus, I did do 7 years in the joint. So I think that kind of preserved me a little bit. Right? So you ain't going to sit up here and tell me being a 35-year-old woman, look how young this boy, that boy look young as hell. He ain't got no facial hair. He looked like a little Somalian type guy. Right? I'm about to drop the link for y'all, man. I want to hear what y'all brothers and sisters got to say, man. Oh, yeah. Hold on, it's your birthday? Holy 1, 2, 3, it's your born day, brother. Happy born day to you, man. That's beautiful. All right, that's when I was a young mustache, man. I ain't even had no mustache. You did? I was a young mustache without no mustache. Right? I was a young mustache without no mustache. You know what I mean? When you live in a rough life out here, listen, if you live in a rough life out here drinking and drugging and whatever it is you're doing, you might look older than what you are. You look significantly older than what you are. Right? My Joe, Mr. O from Chicago. What happened, Joe?
What's happening? What's happening? It's your man,
You
Mr.
already know,
O.
man. Dope video earlier, man. I really like that, man. And keep doing what you're doing, man.
Oh, I'm glad that you mentioned that. I'm actually literally putting the final touches on my next video that's about to be uploaded. As soon as I'm literally putting the final touches, I found one version. I've been searching on TikTok and trying to find one of these green game goofy Gilligan simp ass niggas, and I found one. And it's gonna be a diabolical, crazy work type of video.
That's what's up, man. Yeah,
but
go ahead, speak on it, bro.
Are we talking about Miss Pearly down the street? I mean, are we talking about Miss Gladys, Miss matter of fact, by the time we got around the age, because you about what, about 5 years older than me, 4.5. So we had Yolanda's. That's who we had. You went down Miss Yolanda house.
Miss Yolanda.
Yeah, Miss Yolanda, you know what I'm saying? She asked you to mow the lawn, you know, and she had the Mary J. Blige and played the little Al Green, you know, when R. Kelly
Miss
came
Tracy.
on. When R. Kelly came on, she asked you, did you need a glass of water because you was outside working on her yard all day? You had you helped Miss Yolanda inside Verge.
I'm listening here, man. Listen here, man. And this is how, you know, and this is how I got into this, because I had my experience with being sexually violated by 2 different chicks when I was a young boy. You know what I'm talking about? And let me say this. This is why I say the residue resides and abides within you, man, because people who have that same residue on them, they can sense it, feel it, see it in you, which is why you attract these people, right? Now, here it is all these years later, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, when them firewalls start breaking down, you start having your memory start coming back. You know what I'm talking about? And when it comes to being sexually violated, especially by a female, man, you know, it can do something. It can do something to you. You feel me? I mean, and like I say, it might not necessarily affect you in the way that you think. Like, just because you were sexually violated by a female, that doesn't necessarily mean that when you grow up, you're going to be sexually promiscuous with a female.
I'm glad you said that, Verse, because you know what, I'm gonna go with this. You know, me and both of us being millennials, it was a rise of this particular disorder amongst us, especially Black boys. I still might have to go and get myself diagnosed, just to make myself a clear conscience, just to see if I'm truly on the autistic spectrum,
right?
And I know for damn sure I got ADHD. I know this. I looked at the symptoms. I looked at my overall behavior all my life, and I'm like, you know what? I gotta admit it. I gotta go get diagnosed. I gotta take the what's the name? I ain't just trying to say that I have it, just to say I have, but I do have a recollection. That's why I said you said about that repressed memories, the so-called break down the firewall. I specifically remember the motherfuckers at my old elementary school basically telling my mother, as I sat right next to her, and basically she told me to go sit away as she was about to curse them the fuck out, saying how baby was slow. Yeah, so I'm here. I mean, I must be coherent. I must be some type of sentient being, because if I'm the slow one, well, how you explain these other motherfuckers walking around on the public around me?
Facts.
I said that to say this though. Now, imagine one of them boys that was on the spectrum, ADHD. Now look, Chief Keef, around my generation. Well, yeah, around my age group, around my generation, we all went through the same Chicago public school system. Me, him, allegedly got the same disorder. Now, you see what neighborhood I grew up in, you know what I'm saying? Even when I lived in a decent middle class neighborhood when my mom was still alive, until she had passed, and it was just me and the old man. Then we had to go back into the hood. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm in the trenches on both and the deadliest sections on the south side. So, and the chicks around that area was already you know, selling the goods around 14, 15, bro. And make matters worse. So you got young chicks selling that thing, you know what I'm saying, pump faking, even giving it to the old dudes. You forgot. How do some prostitutes make their money?
Selling box.
Yes. And they don't, and guess what? When the last time you heard a prostitute having morals?
I mean, it's a very immoral profession.
On top of that, crackheads. You know how many crackheads? And we talking about us drug dealing teenagers now. You know how many crackheads that ain't had that cash?
Mm.
What would they do? And they could, I mean, it could be twofold. They could also be moonlight as prostitutes too. But sometimes you got a crackhead that's not a prostitute, and you got a prostitute that's not a crackhead. But you know what? You catch my drift.
Right. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's a plethora of ways that a young boy could get touched on, molested, and all that good stuff, and you don't even have to pay for it. I was getting scenarios that you do, in some cases, that you do pay for it. Now imagine little boys probably getting touched on by the babysitter, Miss Yolanda, the little probably the teacher at the damn daycare or kindergarten place, but nobody want to talk about that, right?
Nobody want to talk about it. When I think back to when I was a young boy, man, that's why I say that residue stick with you because it attract. You feel me? If you was a young boy and you was sexually violated by a female, you'll notice as you start to get older, especially when you start going through puberty, you start noticing that older females will be on you. And these are chicks, that's because they see that shit on, they can sense that shit on you, right? Because they've probably been violated too, you know? And when I sit here and think about, when I think about certain situations when I was a young boy, especially when I started getting in the streets and selling dope, getting a little bit of money and shit, I started noticing that older chicks resonated with me. And that's how I knew as I got older and I started studying different things. That's how I was like, oh, this is a demonic thing going on here. And you know what I'm saying? People don't want to think about it in those terms, but understand as a minor, underage at that, especially prepubescent, y'all got to understand that being sexually violated is it's not just a physical thing, man. You know, and like I said earlier, just because you get sexually violated as a young boy by a chick, that doesn't necessarily mean that will manifest in your adult life as a man with you being physically attracted to women. It could be just the opposite. Right. And the reason why I say that is because, like I said earlier, the spirit of homosexuality, promiscuity, and molestation, they're all related to each other. They're all in the same family. That's how you can experience the tragic experience of being sexually violated by an older woman as a young man. But it might manifest as, homosexuality when you get in your adult life. It might manifest as promiscuity or a combination of the two in your adult life.
You know what, Verge?
What's up, Rob?
Yo. Can I speak to so-called America? I know they listening, especially
man.
Especially
smash that like button, click the bell, subscribe to the page, yeah.
A society, a so-called new world order. Don't y'all ever disrespect me and give me preemptive programming by basically making a whole channel network by the name of USA. Ironically, the channel network USA broadcasted a so-called scandalous biopic of one particular teacher from Seattle, Washington, or the Washington state area by the name of Mary Kay Letourneau.
Oh, that name sound real familiar.
It should. They made a whole entire movie about this so-called affluent white urban feminist.
Oh yeah, she had the young boy, the little Mexican boy or something, right?
Filipino.
Yeah, I talked about that about a year or so ago.
Yeah, I was trying to jog your
memory.
Remember? Yes, I was trying to jog your memory.
Yeah, that's what's up. You did too. Good looking out, pause, man. You feel me?
So how don't you ever disrespect me, giving me preemptive programming by putting that on my impressionable mind that I could actually get a teacher that was that fine and get her pregnant and she gonna raise my kids. Leave her husband, or her husband, I forgot, her husband left her, and
her husband left her when she found out she was in a romantic relationship with a young Filipino boy,
and he ended up marrying her, and she was 35 and he was what, 13, 14,
13, 14, some shit like that.
Yes. Oh, don't a society, America, and a community don't you ever disrespect me by giving me preemptive programming in the movie Juice with Q messing with Yvonne.
Yep. Yep, that's a fact. My friend, let me pull up some images real quick. Where the picture at, man?
I'm going down a long. Hey, boomers, Gen Xers, you know what I'm saying? Hell, even silent generation. I mean, this was y'all chick. You know, y'all like to talk about the Motown days, you know, talk about the Supremes, Diana Ross, you know, little nigga Michael Jackson with the little nose and the afro and his little brothers, you know what I'm saying? Don't you ever disrespect me and make me find out years later that she was touching that little boy. Made him go down a whole course of events that made him thinking he was still a fucking kid in Neverland climbing trees and shit at 35 years old with his homeboy by the name of fucking Bubbles.
Right. That's wild. Right.
Now, when you drop that little seed in my head, pause, when you drop that little piece of what's information, I start going down a whole rabbit list like, you know what? Yo, maybe when Mike was getting fondled and basically tossed around by so-called Diana Ross, you know, maybe she stunted his so-called growth, and it was already detrimental. He was already on the road, homeschool, only has brothers that's close to what's the name friends that he could ever have, a dominant father that beat his ass and he didn't do right, so-called cautious Jehovah's Witness mother that probably stepped to the scripture, but she's basically like, well, the money good, and I got all these damn kids, I can't leave now, so you gonna have to take the mass whoopings, Mike. And Miss Diana,
yeah, here we go right here, man. We got the classic movie Juice, Rest in the Essence of Pop. You feel me? Yeah, this was, I don't even think back then we realized what this situation was right here when we watched this movie. This is how they slip this stuff in. You know what I'm saying?
I said the nigga community. I gave you two examples, America and the nigga community.
Right. Because we got to take it back to this movie, Juice. Q was in high school. He was a young boy of maybe 16 or 17. This chick is a nurse, grown, 25 plus years old with her own crib and everything.
Hey, Verge, pause real quick. What generation used to brag the most about sleeping with older women while they were still in high school?
That probably was my generation.
What generation is Omar Epps?
Oh, he probably is a Gen X
Gen X
dude.
Yeah, Gen X, bro. This is Generation X stamp right all on it. Who's on the internet right now trying to be on a high horse, acting like they basically the God sent in the prodigal children here to give us a good gospel, and act like this never happened? Generation X. I keep receipts, Verge. I keep receipts.
Right.
Well, go ahead.
Nah, man, it's some real shit, man. Cause listen, man.
And look how deeply she's looking into his eyes right here. I'm
talking about she looking deep into his windows of his soul. This is a young boy. This is a little boy. This nigga Q was in high school. He was like a junior or sophomore, junior in high school, man.
Hey, bro, I'm looking at this picture now with a different spiritual and a grown-up lens. Look at the picture to the left, bro. She looking like she past acting. And he acting, but he looking at her like, yo, man, you really want to do this real quick? I mean...
I'm talking about kicked her whole dude out the crib and everything. Called him a chain snatcher and everything.
Q. What happened to names like Mustafa and Akbar?
He was salty as chick was getting clapped by a young nigga, man.
But and look, what and he, you know, he was a boomer. That's what they do. That's what they did. See, you see, I do the parallels and connect the dots.
Listen here, man. This is a thing, whether y'all want to accept it or not, whether y'all want to believe it or not. This is a thing. Tons of young boys, young black boys, have been violated by females who are older than them. More than likely, friends of the family, somebody in the neighborhood, a baby. A lot of us were. Like I said twice. Right. The crazy part about it, I just seen one of the chicks not too long ago. And I thought to myself, I wonder if she knows if I remember that shit. Because like I said, when it happens when you're young, like I say, man, due to certain levels of trauma, man, you know, your brain will firewall that shit off, man. And you will suppress that shit. But as you get older, especially if you start doing certain things in your life, man, them firewalls will start breaking down, and then it's like the floodgates open, and you start remembering shit, man. You start seeing shit when your eyes ain't open.
Hey, Verge, you know what? You already know one of my favorite books of all time. You've been listening to my latest videos. You know that when of course I drive them whores crazy. That's from the actual book called Pimp, you know, by Iceberg Slim. In a book, would you believe that Iceberg Slim, when he was still getting out of being a toddler, going to basically being a little kid, he was fondled by his babysitter.
Right.
Then, when he became a young man, before he became a pimp, that was a chick in a book by the name of Pepper. Pepper was married to a fucking well-off square. Basically saved her from whoring and basically have a downtrodden life. But she was a freak. He knew that. She knew that. So she get her freak off with old teenage Iceberg, about 16, 17, possible 18. Matter of fact, he was 18. Turned that boy out until she crossed him. Got him sent upstate. Developed larceny in his heart. Along with his mom basically playing and crossing a good man to mess with a street nigga, that's what made Iceberg Slim. You know he had a 175 IQ. Just imagine if he had never been touched. We couldn't been talking about President Iceberg Slim, Governor Iceberg Slim. But no.
And that's how I be handling, man. That's exactly how we handle. Right. And you know, it's something that happens in our community that, like it don't even get discussed. It's not something that we talk about. Right. It's something that gets swept under the rug. It's something that doesn't get a lot of attention. Something that we don't even recognize as being an issue, man. It is, because like I say, man, we can see if brothers got the courage to be honest and speak on their experiences, which y'all will see that sexual deviancy runs more rampant amongst females than it does males, specifically in our community.
Well, you know, men ain't gonna say no because they want to fuck them, and on top of that, not only do they want to fuck them, they want to gaslight you as well if you ain't getting around that same age as well. You know, black men, we are one of my videos, Verge, competition bias. You square niggas out here basically want to go ahead and get glory points for fucking the same old ran through broads. And then you want to put shame on my heart, you know, and tell me that if I'm partaking basically this dating mating humiliation ritual bullshit, that You don't get no pussy. You must be scared. Well, why I gotta be the only one gotta get shot down trying to get some more what's the name pussy to prove a point that I'm a man? Hey, you know what? And this the killing part. I said, you know what? Why is the so-called players mad that you know I mean I'm an incel. I claim an incel. I can get pussy, but it's just that I don't want to get no disease. I'll be an incel. I'll go ahead and so the incels, the simps, all that good shit. If the so-called society is saying 80-20 for everybody else, you know, in the nigga community is 95-5%. So why you 5% niggas that can get all the fucking pussy in the fucking world? Why is you mad that you know niggas that ain't trying to go and compete at all no more? You got free reign. You can have as many. You can have a overabundant. What you gonna get tired? What you can't keep up with the energy? What y'all can't be like King Solomon? What's wrong? I'm out the picture. These pictures is y'all's. I just want the money.
And I don't know what this whole thing, man. It's this whole. It's this whole thing with the YNs, man, and I don't understand, right, what it is, because like I said, I'm thinking about when I was a YN, right? When I was a young nigga of 16, I can't imagine for the life of me why a chick my age would be interested in me sexually at that time.
Because you were still 16.
I'm talking about on some real shit, though. I mean, that's just creeping. Like I said, unless they're a fucking creep.
That part.
Right? So I say that to say that chicks beat creeps. Anytime you see a chick, just like with a guy, if you see a chick messing with a dude that's young enough to be her son, she's a creep.
Well,
because the first thing I'm going to ask your 35-year-old ass, what the fuck you want with my son? Get from around here. I'm calling the police on you.
Well, this thing called sisterhood ain't nothing new, Verge. The sisterhood been around for decades. Look, these sick
I
bitches.
think the sisterhood is starting to crumble and dismantle. It's breaking apart.
Have you ever heard the long house theory on Verge?
You said the what now?
The long house theory.
Long house theory?
Yes.
Not to my recollection. What's good?
You can Google it. So imagine all these women basically stuck in one big long house. You know, that so-called what was that island where Wonder Woman came from? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's their so-called dream, but it's you know, they don't never get that effect. They never get that effect. They always get the opposite. You know, they ain't Wonder Woman, they ain't Diana. So imagine a whole group of old bitches in a one big long house from various old different ages, from old to young. You know what I'm saying? They'll hate each other. They'll do all type of cross-stabbing, backstabbing, all type of stuff. The only reason why they can't do it in jail because they got supervision. Look, but at the end of the day, if one dude with one Johnson walk on that damn what's the name, you only gonna get two things. Either they gonna let you come over there and basically dominate, or they'll destroy you. And history serves me correctly. Longhouse theory is not just a theory; has been proven sometimes in history. The latter happens before the former.
Right. Yeah, man. You know,
that's what's going on in the community.
Yeah.
The caveat, though, unfortunately, dealing with the black woman and possibly a Latina woman, depending on the degree of how much melanin or how much elasticity they have in their skin and whatnot. If they drunk water and all that good stuff, probably took good collagen supplements. We in a generation and have an overabundance of supposedly gorgeous bad bitches from ages 18 to 72. I said on my live stream last night, you could literally go into a bar and get 4 18-year-olds, and they come from the same family, different shades of gray.
Right. It was wild, man. You know,
18, Yep, 18, 36, 54, 72. For 18-year-olds.
Right. That's just too, man. This young boy was 16, man. And she's y'all gotta remember, she smoked this little dude, man.
Oh yeah.
She bodied the homie, man.
Yeah.
She murked the young brethren, man.
R.I.P. to him.
That's wild, man. Right? So not only are these chicks engaging in hebrophilia, right? Notice I didn't say pedophilia, I said hebrophilia. Right? That's what it is when it comes to this situation. You gotta ask yourself, what is the mental state, emotional state of a person, a woman, who even want to engage in such a relationship or interaction with a young boy like this?
Verge, because she's a toddler in her mind.
I mean, and that's true, because most chicks is like 14 in their head, for real. 15 at the oldest, 16 at the very oldest.
I said toddlers. See, Shiraz Ali. Shout out to the beautiful Shiraz Ali. I'll give her credit. She say 14, and I think she was just being generous.
No, I don't think she was being generous. I think she was very accurate. You hear me? Because that's how just remember when you was 14, how chicks act. I ain't gonna put them on toddler stats, because a toddler is my juice. Nah, they. I'm gonna
bro. Hey, bro.
That's mommy juice. Nah, I ain't gonna put them on that level.
Hey, bro.
I'll put them at adolescent though. I'll put them there. That's fair.
I can't.
Very accurate, if I might say so myself.
Hey, but you sound like one of my cousin exes, bro.
I was keeping it real, so I'm gonna put them on baby. Because that's like baby. That's baby status, saying that they have the mindset of toddlers. A little bit more advanced than that, but not much though, because ain't too much difference between a fucking 6-year-old and a 14-year-old.
Is it really?
Not like a huge span cognitively.
Is it really?
It is, but it's not for real. It is, but it ain't. In the grand scheme of things, it ain't. But from 6 to 14, a 14-year-old, for the most part, is extremely more intelligent than a 6-year-old.
Unless they're watching Disney together, which
like I said, we're talking about extreme situations. We're talking about flat across the board, majority, regular, average shit. The average 14-year-old is significantly more intelligent than the average.
I literally seen and witnessed in my lifetime. Now, literally, instead of watching Lifetime, I literally went into houses. Sometimes with my so-called street dudes, even some guys I used to work with, they had like mothers, sisters, or anything that they was living with, or we was visiting by. They'll all be sitting there watching Disney from 6 to 35, literally, and the 35. Will be more engaging. He give more back synopsis because she's talking about, oh, see, y'all weren't around, y'all weren't born yet. See, that's how the series started. And what I'm like, you know what? Are you a toddler? Be like, are you a damn toddler? Do you actually probably got a Disney Plus pass? Actually, once you start asking these questions, Virgil, it'll make sense to you. We got 35-year-olds, 43-year-olds that watch Disney with no children. Again, toddlers.
I'm pretty sure that's like a very small number of people who actually do that.
I could tell.
When I'm speaking, I'm always speaking of mass majority. That's when I'm not speaking on the niche. I'm speaking on the vast majority. So although I'll agree with you, there's a small percentage of chicks who are at the mindset of toddlers, but for the most part, they're adolescents. And they prove so by their actions and behavior and the way they engage with men.
Okay, I mean, all right, hey, we can agree to disagree, but
yeah, I mean, it's not about agree to disagree. It's a fact. We're talking facts now, man. The average 14-year-old kid is way more advanced than the average 6-year-old kid. Oddly enough, most chicks,
specifically our women, don't advance cognitively past 14. Now the question is, why is that?
Good question.
Now we,
Sigmund
you
Freud
know,
probably had to answer.
I mean, we ain't gonna talk about it tonight because that's just not the topic of tonight's show. But it's something to discuss, and it's something for y'all to do your due diligence on. There's a lot of things that add in and factor into that.
I also verse now look at the individual. Now let's be real. Let's be real. Who else wish she was going finesse with looking like that? You know she got a degree. You know she working as a teacher. How many niggas you think she scared away by talking about she's strong and independent, got her own bag, but looking like this?
Situations get spooky, man. You know, and I just want to tell them, protect y'all sons out there, man, because there's predators out there, female predators out there lurking, plotting on your son, your 16-year-old son.
Antoine Fisher.
I mean, that movie was powerful, man. Right? And like I said, man, even with that movie right there, it's still something that's kind of like taboo. It's something that not discussed, like, right? And I want y'all brothers that sit up there, I want y'all to get into a mind frame where y'all feel comfortable talking about your experiences, because I know when you start getting to a certain age, like I said, them psychological firewalls start breaking down, man. And the memories, they could start coming flooding, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can start flooding. You feel me?
Yeah, it's called repressed memories for a reason.
Back in. What you say, Mr. Alvin?
They're called repressed memories for a reason.
Repressed, suppressed, regressed. Remember when I did the show on the 7 stages of demonic possession?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stages are involved with molestation and traumatic experiences. This is why SRA is such a thing. And if you're not familiar, SRA stands for Satanic Ritualistic Abuse.
Mm-hmm. You ain't lying.
So, you know what I mean? It's a lot of things that factor in to this trauma, and then it not manifesting until your adult years, because that's when these psychological firewalls start breaking down. They start to lose their integrity, so to speak. And all these things that have been set in place to keep you from experiencing the physical, psychological, emotional trauma attached to this situation, your brain will, like I say, create physiological, psychological firewalls, because your brain is a computer.
Yep.
And this is where multiple personality disorder come from, or what we call dissociative identity disorder nowadays. That's where that stuff come from. Come from trauma. You know, your brain, in order to protect itself and to protect you, it'll take traumatic experiences and it'll basically put a force field around that traumatic experience.
So it never happened again.
Yes, not even so much as so it don't happen again, so you don't continue to relive that experience associated, everything physical associated with it as well. This is why you can't remember the point of impact when you get in a car accident.
Or sometimes we get shot.
Any type of severe trauma. Not necessarily physical.
Yeah, PTSD is a motherfucker. Ask me how I know.
Right? So, you know,
Yeah, poor shorty, man. 35.
Yeah, man, my man Abraham Yohannes, man. He look like he a Somalian boy or maybe a Ethiopian boy or something like that.
Tether.
And this was in Denver, Colorado.
Tether. Let me stop.
You know what I'm saying? And as y'all can see, this chick was smacked.
I told you.
Like the DVD. You know.
Man.
Yeah, man. It's crazy work, man. You know what I'm saying? And all y'all brothers out there that experienced some traumatic situations with a chick who was older than you, man, I suggest you go talk to somebody, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't keep that stuff bottled up. When the firewalls start breaking down and you start having a recollection of these memories, go talk to somebody, man. Don't go trying to look for the chick. Don't do none of that crazy shit. Go get you some help. Go talk to somebody. Go get some professional help. Because a lot of y'all dudes sitting around here thinking that y'all started getting pussy when y'all was 9. No, nigga, you got sexually molested when you was 9. That's what happened.
You couldn't even bust a whole full skeet yet talking about you was getting some.
You thought just because your little meat got hard, Paul, that you was with it, huh? At 9. This girl was 15 years old, 16 years old. We about to get up out of here, Mr. Oman. You got anything you want to say in closing, brother?
Oh no, man, I ain't got nothing much. I might be go ahead and doing a part 2 and talk about this whole Shannon Sharp, Tracy Ellis.
I'm gonna do a little brief discussion on that tomorrow, because man, and I want everybody should be talking about this stuff, man. Anybody, listen, man. Man, it's over with. It's a wrap. Even if he don't go to jail or don't get convicted of anything, he's gonna lose a whole bunch of money, and his ESPN already got rid of him. Did you know that, Mr. O?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that on the X. You know, said I see those X, and I'm trying to figure out, was she basically a plant? Was she basically put there, and by who?
Possible. It's possible. It's very much possible. Right.
I'm hearing sex kid. I'm getting sex kid, MK Ultra sex kid.
Yeah, honey trap type shit. Yeah, that's what it's looking like to me. But see, it's something because he was all the way with it. See, this is what I'm saying. I'm gonna talk about this tomorrow. You niggas need to start making these bras. You see, like prime example, my young brother CB Chris Brown. After that situation with Rihanna, ever since that day, Chris Brown make broad sign non-disclosure agreements, man. Now, a non-disclosure agreement ain't going to protect you if you are breaking the law with these bras, like say you're sexually violating them. But anything you do with them consensual is protected. And if they violate the NDA, they facing prosecution 9 times out of 10. So you know what I'm saying. All right, Mr. Oman, I appreciate you stopping through, bro. You know you welcome anytime. Shout out your channel and all that so people can come over there and check you out, brother.
Yeah, once again, it's your man, Mr. O with the info. Give me what you need to know, but you ain't here for me though. Live in full effect, straight from Chicago. You dig? Yo, you probably catch me tomorrow, you know, around 8 p.m. We're gonna be discussing this age gap hypocrisy again amongst the so-called community, the niggas in the community, the hypocrisy. It was good for thee should also be good for me. But I'm not gonna go down, you know, that little rabbit hole. Real though.
This is wow.
It is what it is. Look, man. Look, I'm a hustler. I am a American douchebag CEO. This is what I do. This is what I does. Like a lot of you niggas couldn't be who I was, but I'm gone. Peace, bro.
You already know, Mr. O, man. Tap in anytime you want. You already know what it is, man.
Church.
All right, bro. Shout out to my brother, Mr. O, with the info out of Chicago. You did. Appreciate everybody coming out tonight, man. Look, man, this is a thing. Whether you want to admit it, whether you like it, whether it really don't matter. This is a thing. In cases like the ASHLYE, whatever her damn name is, man, ASHLYE Hanley. These cases are going to become we're gonna start seeing that more and more of these cases is gonna be popping out. Right? Smash that like button, click the bell, subscribe to the page. Tomorrow we're gonna get to it. We're gonna have an early afternoon show talking about Shannon Sharp. And of course, we got the Friday night wrap up. Smash that like button, click the bell, subscribe to the page, share us social engineering. Let's go.
What up? You busy? I don't even care.
Oh my God, Marcus.
I'm about to shoot through. Yeah. Coming right now.
You got me feeling for you right now. Roll the gas, we can blow it, baby, right now. Drink a little, get you lit, see you hype now. Ain't talking later, shit, I really want you right now. Hit the bedroom, then we turn the lights down. Legs up, got them doing suicides now. Looking on you, got the sheets all wet now. Let's get it in, love, I'm talking about right now. Right now, it's me and you, chilling out by the pool, living our best lives, we blowing the best fruit. Sweet is the best fruit, for starters, you make a nigga blush. We on a journey, I promise you, we ain't gotta rush. Skin soft as the best silk, I gotta touch every part of your body before I tear it up. After we flood the sheets, we gotta paddle up. It be that arch in your back that have a nigga stuck. Back shots, I'm giving you on the regular. Non-stop flights, we doing all the etc. You was so fine, I figure I gotta marry ya. Hair be the best, I'm probably gonna have the calendar. Cross the paper while we rolling up. Get the bread right, shit, I'm trying to live it up. Glance over just so I can see your bright smile. Let's get it in, shit, I'm talking about right now. Yeah, you got me feeling for you right now. Roll the gas, we can blow it, baby, right now. Drink a little, get you lit, see you hype now. Ain't talking later, shit, I really want you right now. Hit the bedroom, then we turn the lights down. Legs up, got them doing suicides now. Looking on you, got the sheets all wet now. Let's get it in, love, I'm talking about right now.
Right now, put your boy shit soon as she leave the house. Still looking for the score like a kill count. Full of different shit, hope you all into this. Sick, heavy, twisted, all bitten shit. Yeah, going hard, none of that timid shit. Last time she said harder, I did it. Talking right now, pipe down, lights down. Love see you squeeze the sheets, feel a bite down. Ain't it nice how when you lie down, put your legs up from the side now. Put you on top, help you drive down. Love how you saddled it, watch you climb down. Now I'm in deep, watch you clutch sheets. Love when you exhale like a spreadsheet. Wanna take some good notes, probably write it down. She wants some nauseous. Right now.
You got me feeling for you right now.
Right now.
Roll the gas, we can blow it, baby, right now.
Right up.
Drink a little, get you lit, see you hype
That's
now.
true.
Ain't talking later, shit, I really want you right now.
Right now.
Hit the bedroom, then we turn the lights down.
Teddy B.
Legs up, got them doing suicides now.
Shake it.
Looking on you, got the sheets all wet now. Let's get it in, love, I'm talking about right now.
PK, pick a pussy, probably wetter than Pacific. Twisted like a ghetto bird, trying to say Pacific. Black excellence, Bruce, see right how I kick it. If I ask, face some leather seeds, best believe she with it. This is King Talk, tell them niggas catch up. Outfield niggas just say I don't rest up. Bless her. Bae says she want tequila liquor. Now we up. Extra ingredients, the liquor. After party scene, dope. Headed home on the E-way, connect us in HS. Express how the scene play. Getting top down on the E-way with the top down. King getting rolled while he drove, now we hot now. Home plate mode, I ain't even hit the driveway. Word to Usher, King always did it my way. Said I owed a dick, so I got some debts to pay. She will role play right now, just press play.
You got me feeling for you right now. Roll the gas, we can blow it, baby, right now. Drink a little, get you lit, see you hype now. Ain't talking later, shit, I really want you right now. Hit the bedroom, then we turn the lights down. Legs up, got them doing suicides now. Looking on you, got the sheets all wet now. Let's get it in, love, I'm talking about right now.